Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. So lately I have been feeling somewhat of like heavy energy as I kept feeling that something was going to happen that was going to be important for us, like humans in general and twin flames specifically, you know. So I want to thank, first of all, Janita MacArthur, I hope I'm not saying your name wrong, for pointing the Lion's Gate to me, for pointing it out, because, you know, I'm aware of it, but I needed also somewhat of a clue as to, you know, what is this particular event. And your answer, like, I fed off that energy. And I think this year's Lionsgate is going to be like a particular one. And if you're looking at things that we've been experiencing lately and like the state of the world and like spiritual world today, then it all makes sense to me. So I kept, last time, Spirit wouldn't tell me much, like it was really up to everybody or everyone to find, like I was just an instrument, you know, and you had to find the clues behind what I was saying. And I got that card, Ask Your Soul. It was like the main card, and I will put a link to a video that's like short and to me very instructive about this year's Lionsgate. But as to Ask Your Soul, I want to read an easy way to find out what the Lionsgate is opening up for you is to simply ask your inner self with pure intention, what soul message or activation am I ready to receive? Then be patient and await your answer. So I'll put the link to this video. I think it's good, you know, it can like give you some clues. So another thing is I want to give a shout out to Daniel Boom from LLE Ascension. I was thinking of like a male divine feminine, and I must say like he's my favorite one, which leads me to the high priestess. I've been feeling your energy. I can feel like there's a connection here, and you would understand why. I don't have to explain this, you know. But yeah. And another thing, and then I'll start the reading, is that I think that two things, I'm sorry. If you feel like changing your hairstyle or your appearance, but it's something that has to do with your head, and definitely like a feeling of wearing a crown or something like that, it's happening to me, and I definitely believe that it's an effect of this Lionsgate that I am talking about, and this year's in particular. Like a new hairdo or something like that. To me, I feel like it's symbolistic of a crown that you're actually starting to wear. And if you do, or if you ever thought to wear your crown, I think that right now is the perfect time to do it, you know. And another thing is definitely, it's not the song in particular, it's more the refrain, you say, or the chorus. It's Iron Lion Zion from Bob Marley. I've known this song, but right now it's doing something to me, so that's it, you know. Let's start the reading. So to me, like for the moment, that song and when I speak of Zion, I'm thinking of like union, or what I consider to be like spiritual balance, stability in this world, and that also includes the so-called negative forces. But then there's a balance, you know, between our force and their force, and therefore is like everything is the way it is supposed to be. And iron, definitely, like, to me, I can feel it amongst the Fs, and I think that it's actually also, but we will see in this reading, also manifesting to when it comes to DMs, but definitely that sense of strength, you know, like being unbreakable. And the lion is the Lionsgate that I've been talking to you about. So yeah, ask your soul. Let's start the reading. I think I want to channel the energies of the DM for the moment. Like right now. Forever. Cross the line. So, you know, when I saw this forever card, I was thinking like, whatever you're going to activate, or whatever this gate is going to open up to when it comes to you, is something that you should keep forever. That's what I thought first, and then I see cross the line. Let me tell you, it's like it's really about you and your DM, and him in particular, knowing that, you know, the things that he has done to you or that he has put you through is not something that you will ever be able to forget, you know. Because I want to believe that we can forgive. But I think that he's aware of that, and I think that you are too. There may be, I can feel it, you know, but we will maybe get some clues as to how DFs are supposed to be dealing with the things that have happened between them and their divine masculines, is definitely what I'm feeling to begin with. He has crossed the lines in many ways, you know, and for him, for you to be able to forgive that, you know, is going to take something that's really like, you know, I see ask your soul, and it's more about the picture, but something that's really deep inside of you, and definitely that sense of unconditional love here, like, you know, you being greater than this here. To me would just be like the normal way. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can see this, but the normal way that people love, you know, like one dimension. Check where you can go as a divine feminine. I can feel it already, like the experiences that you have had with your DM shouldn't be pushing you away from actually loving unconditionally. One more. I'm sorry, you know, I have not been doing readings since the last one, so I feel a little bit like rusty. Healing. We keep getting this card, you know. I think that's what's been happening to us. I know it's been happening to me. It's like really shedding another layer, other layers actually. Definitely that, accepting my destiny for what it is, you know, and stop like comparing myself to other people. I have many cards, but a card flipped, and authentic truth, you know. Let me tell you, there's something to what I've been telling you, and Spirit is like, Spirit is confirming that to me. One last card. Joy. So yeah, I feel like right now is definitely a time to rejoice, you know. It's not even about joy, it's more like that warm energy. That's what I'm feeling, you know. Like, I don't know if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's definitely like, you know, summertime for the moment, and I think that this force is just like important basically. It's about the light. It's definitely about the light. Therefore, the joy and many other things. So let's start the reading. So for the past energy, with the Hierophant, the Five of Swords, and the Hermit, there are two things that I'm feeling already, but I will clarify all these cards. It's nearly like in the past, and we're glad that that's the past energy, because it means that he has been through that, you know. It's nearly like he was keeping his distance because the lessons, I read this card today as the lessons that he has learned from his experience with you made him, he didn't want to accept that, you know, like I failed, or I should have known better, or like a kid being taught something. He didn't want to accept that, which is why he shut down and he kept his distance, you know. Or it's another thing too, he felt like that another thing I'm feeling is that he felt that and that's in the past, like maybe coming back to you, you would have like that attitude of nearly, telling him, I told you so, which is why he kept his distance. He was afraid to face you and have you chastise him, maybe a little bit like that, about the things that you have been through. Definitely. It's like your person didn't want to change, We're living that life where you feel like you have nothing to learn, like definitely like you're on top of the world, and he was stuck in that energy. But as I'm saying, it's the energies of the past, so I'll clarify it. Let me tell you, like the struggle about your person was nearly like which path am I going to go, is how I'm reading this with the Two of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. It's a little bit like that, the way he was feeling, like, literally the way I'm reading this today is my happiness going to be like more living an outrageous type of life, or am I going to be more of a righteous type of person? Is what defines my Ten of Cups. I think that he had to figure that out, and there's definitely, I can feel it, a sense of him like in the past rejecting these type of dilemmas, in his life. He didn't want to ask himself these type of questions. In other terms, he was like more comfortable not even trying to open the Pandora's box. He didn't even want to touch it, like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm fine with a more like superficial type of life. I don't want to figure out about right or wrong. I just want to live my life, and it nearly feels like he had to face that choice, it's like which way are you going to go, left or right, is what I'm channeling. Let's clarify that. But definitely that, like, I can feel definitely with the Hierophant here and the things that I told you, like him nearly being taught something. It's hard for me to put it into words, but I hope that you're getting the picture. It was nearly like a learning process to him, and it definitely had to do with things that he did not want to face and things that he didn't even want to acknowledge the existence of, is what I'm channeling. So, some more. So again, when it comes to the past and we keep getting that, like I will draw some more cards when concerning this, but I can tell you already, it's nearly like he was starting a new cycle, starting something new. All of this here, it's really, I get the feeling of somebody who has no clue, and the reason why is I can feel it, is definitely with these two cards here is because he was stuck. Like, you can see it underneath the choice that he had to make, or the path that he had to choose. One thing that had to influence, his decision was definitely the fact that he didn't feel satisfied within himself, carrying a lot of guilt and things like this. And I think that he was forced, to start a new cycle, to let go of that guilt, because it's something that kept him stuck. Is definitely what I'm channeling, like he needed a renewal or something new, in his life, and I'm going to try to see more into that. But those are like the past energy, and I kept channeling like a transformation, soul name. One more. Grounding. One more. You are the universe. Yeah. So I kept channeling. I was looking for another card, which is like transformation. So if you see it or we see it together in like this reading, you would remember what I was trying to tell you now. But definitely that, like a feeling that he started his ascension, spiritually, or that he transformed. And I told you, it's definitely because he cannot be stuck in that energy anymore. He's causing a lot of damage. or he has caused. And I kept telling you also, it's like he didn't just hurt you in his life, he hurt many people. He was not just like we say bad person to you. He's been bad to a lot of people, and all of that was like weighing heavy on him, and he was stuck. I believe the universe just like put an end to the things that he was doing, which is why he wants something new for himself. And when I see soul name, I feel like now he knows like his place in the spiritual world, a little bit like that, and grounding, definitely like he's finding something in that. This whole transformation or the start of his spiritual journey is something that he will definitely anchor himself in. It's like, even if I'm at new stages, I'm willing to grow. And I told you, like, I really felt the energy, which would make sense with the you are the universe, that your person is actually starting to be a willing participant, in this spiritual journey, in this soul journey. It's like, I keep seeing that too. He enjoys the light. And which makes sense, you hear that from like near-death experiences, or I can tell you when it comes to life in general, once you look into that light, it's nearly impossible to turn around, or like to ignore it. You can't. Most people will hop on the spiritual journey, and I feel like this is exactly what's happened to your person. But mind you, at the beginning, he rejected it altogether because he literally a little bit of pride, like I know enough. I don't need to be taught anything. I know about this world. I'm on top of the world, so who's going to tell me that I have to start from scratch, is what I'm channeling. But he did the work. So I'm going to need clarification for like the present energy, because I don't really like the combination of the Emperor and the Six of Wands. It's like nearly a little bit too much of a man here. And not like man is a positive thing. I'm thinking of something different. Too much. This type of energy is definitely too much. So with the world here, we're seeing like it's a cycle that has been closed, and I can tell you it has to do with your person's ego. This type of person here has that type of ego is not healthy, is what I can tell you. And what bothers me about this is like it's the current energy, but with the world, maybe, it's something that he put an end to, or a cycle he closed. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Is definitely closing that cycle. Let me tell you why. It is his way to work on like a concrete relationship with you, is the way that I read these cards. This here is like an emotional connection to you. And this here is like being in your presence. It's like him in the flesh, like the manifested version of him and the manifested version of you. The feelings that he has and the feelings that you have. This is like a super Two of Cups to me. And he's working on that. So let me tell you what I can see, but I'll clarify some more. Is that he knew that this type of ego here was a problem. The same ego that wouldn't let him, that made him too proud to even deal with the situation, and to the point where he was more comfortable being a hermit as to being distant from you or not being in touch with you. The same ego, that same pride is something that he worked on, I feel. And with the world here, you have to believe that it's done. He's ready to start something new. It's another type of transformation, but it's more like, I may not be perfect, but this here I have in check, like as much as I can. There's too much of an ego type of energy, And like when I start the next cycle, I will be mindful of that, you know, because I had to work on that. I'm not saying it's not going to reoccur. It's not the death card, but he's aware of that. And you know, with the Eight of Pentacles here, you have to believe that he's working on that, and his fuel, or what is motivating him, is definitely the thought of spending time with you. And not just any time, definitely romantic time with you is how I'm channeling this. This is beautiful here. So, you know, it sends me back to this card here, grounding. Like, one way I was seeing this in one of my past readings is definitely like, you know, from being just a person who enjoys this world, you know, it's nearly like he had to be in touch with his soul, or to tap into his soul, or to grow spiritually. And you see that like light above all of this, this is you. It's like you give a reason for your person to change, to be more spiritual, to be a better person, to be like to find his soul, you know. All of that is because of you. All of this work and things like that is definitely to be with you, and not just to spend time with you. He wants to be with you, like in a relationship with you, you and him, like nearly always together. That's what he's working for. That's what he's changing for, checking his ego or his ways, you know, for. Some more. Got a jumping card. So let me tell you how I'm reading this, like literally with the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Fool, is like I made the wrong decision. I didn't do the right thing when it comes to you, and I know how much I've been a fool, basically. You don't even have to interpret this. It's like, this is what it is. He did not make the right decision. The way the Aries card, he did not do the right thing. He was a fool in the way that he treated you, and you see that, you know, across the line. He knows. It's like the current energy, he knows, you know, some more as to, you know, that would be like the what he has come to conclusion, like the conclusion he's come to, but we want to know more about this. You see the Queen of Wands in reverse, like up front, is definitely because he, like, I can read it another way, but it's because he did not recognize you for who you were. And this, like the current energy, is nearly like him acknowledging all these things to you. And when I see cross the line, people, strength, and Page of Swords. So let me tell you what I'm seeing, or more like channeling from this. I'm telling you, like, the wrong decision as to him, like fooling himself actually by, and he didn't do the right thing to me, is because, it's because he couldn't see you for the Queen of Wands, meaning he's divine feminine actually. And you see the Strength card here, like, I don't really like pictures, I like numbers, you know, because pictures, my mind, it just works too much with them, you know. And but here is the first time that I actually look at the Strength card, and the way that I'm feeling it or seeing it is like, you know, the thing that he did not see is how much more advanced you were to him, how you were sent to tame him, how you were sent to teach him, you know, like you're stronger than a lion, divine feminines. And he had a problem with that energy here when I see the Page of Swords as well. It's like mentally he was not ready for the things that you were bringing into his life, you know. But he definitely sees your strength, you know, as to, it's really like a teacher, or like a guide, you know, or somebody that you definitely follow, somebody that has the strength, you know, that's like unheard of before. He did not know that the kind of woman that you are actually existed. Is the best way that I can, you know, put it into words. Yeah. One card jumped. Expansion. One more. Color. Another one, channeling. So let me tell you, the way like spirit is connecting to me is literally like telling me the things that you just channeled before are right. That's the only way that I see, you know, this channeling card. And when I see expansion and color, it gives me the feeling again of the things that I was telling you. It's like literally he didn't know that your kind existed. It's literally like being mesmerized by you, in a sense, like you shine brighter than the others. You have all these like different colors, and as I'm saying this, I'm thinking like literally he can see the color of your aura a little bit like that, you know, like yours shine a different way. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is what I'm channeling. Like if he couldn't move, if he was stuck in the past, I think that right now what this guy is trying to tell us is that he's definitely like facing the things that he has done. He's totally aware of what he has done, and somehow he's looking for a solution and actually doing the job just to be able to spend time with you again. He knows that he has made the wrong decision. I think that he understands his mistake as to, I did not recognize her for who she was, you know, because I wasn't ready for the kind of teaching I'm getting that she was ready to like put in my life. Literally, like he rejected that part of life, you know. And with expansion and color, is like literally the way he sees you, or the way he's starting to see things. Imagine it would be like somebody, I don't know if you say in English, being like a Daltonian, and all of a sudden seeing colors, you know. That's what he sees around you, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope that it makes sense to you. So for the next card, the next line, which is the future, I can read it like two ways already. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like either some event or something, some kind of a tower moment. And with the page of wands here, I can read it many ways, but how I'm channeling it is something happening fast. Something coming your way like really fast. There'll be like a cause for a celebration or reason for celebration, and if not, is something that somebody is going to tell you really quickly. This is happening like fast concerning your person in this karmic situation here. Definitely is either one way or the other, like something coming really fast that will make you happy, and it might be linked to the fact that this thing happening fast will have to do with the karmics and something you learn about your person's karmic. This is like imminent type of energy. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I see it, like something happening really fast. So let's try to figure out what this thing is. So this here is concerning the future, and let me tell you, when I see pairs together, I'm really pleased. We have not seen like many in my readings, you know, it was always like a different type of message, but these two here beside each other, to me, is like you are on the same track or level when it comes to your mental, you know. And the king of cups here, I don't know what he's trying to tell me, so let me just clarify it with one card or two. Oh, you see that, people? I couldn't make it up even if I tried. I hope that you saw me drawing this card here. Let me tell you, like, your person is definitely, I thought it was like that you would be on the same level mentally as to wanting the same things, or yeah, definitely that, like mentally being in tune, but that you wouldn't show it to each other. This here is different. Is your person actually showing you how much he cares, you know, and acknowledging maybe to you that, you know, I'm starting to see things the way that you see them. I'm starting to want to be like on the same track as you mentally. I hope that this makes sense to you, you know. But this here is a beautiful energy attached to that, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I feel like that will be a reason to actually rejoice, you know, is when you see that this here is a man that may not give it all to you like a knight, you know. He's not going to be like this super romantic or whatsoever, but when he looks at you or the way he deals with you, you will definitely feel the love. And the reason be it is because in the future he wants to be like in the same level as you mentally. Is the only way I can put this, you know, and it's beautiful. So let me try to clarify this some more. But you know, so let me tell you the way that I'm channeling this with the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant, and the Five of Pentacles. It's nearly like, you know, I'm ready to deal with you, nearly like to compose something with you, to be on the same track as you. Why? Is because he would fear not being able to manifest himself back into your lives. You see, with the King of Cups underneath, and like this combination here, and I can see even the Emperor underneath and the Hierophant, to me is like, you know, I'm willing to do anything just because I don't want to be the man that's not in your life, is what I'm seeing, you know. It's like here with this couple here, what do you want? You want me to clean up my act? I'm willing to do so. You want me to grow, you know, in maturity? I'm willing to do so. You want me to grow spiritually? I'm willing to do so. Whatever it takes just to be in tune with you is what I'm channeling here. Why? Because I don't want to be the man that is not in your life, is what I'm seeing here. And that he's aware, you know, and these are energies of the future that if he doesn't find a way to manifest himself back into your life, all that he will be left with is like regrets, like, you know, a lesson that I should have known better, or a test that I failed, you know. And that's the energy he knows he will be carrying with him if he cannot manifest himself back into your lives, you know, is what I'm channeling here. It's like, I don't want to be stuck here in the I failed, and that there, like nearly you proving a point to him for the rest of his life, you know. He doesn't want that, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Definitely that, let me tell you, like and that's for the future, which is good, which lets us know that he has done the work, or that he's no longer wanting to be like distant from you. That as to right now, he knows that he has a problem, and he knows that he has to work on it, and yeah, he understands fully the things that he has put you through and the bad choices he made. And not just that, for the future he wants to be in tune with you. He wants to actually be there for you, and he understands for the future that he has to do whatever it takes for you, because in the future he does not want to be like to have that bittersweet type of existence, is definitely what I'm channeling. So, you know, this here, to me, it's like literally like a journey, you know. If you just heard all the things that I said, it definitely makes sense. It's showing me like growth, you know, and I'm liking it. It's like, you know, the thought of losing you, I can channel that, you know. Losing you, it's nearly like the worst thing that can happen to him. And he thought it was a game at first, but slowly he's like really, like definitely grounding himself into that thought, you know, like I have to be in her life is what I'm feeling. I can't live without her, is what I'm feeling. Whatever you want, I'll give it you. I can't live without you. Light beings, one more. But this makes sense, you know. That's like your power as a divine feminine, is to you tap in that energy first. You are in recognition of who you are first, so that you can pull him with you. Remember the strength card that I was talking to you about. Hang on. Right here. Is like a little bit of you being a teacher, you know, you being that much more advanced. I can tell you up front, and I'll take another one. Soul family, one more. insight. Definitely that, you know, you like opened the path for him. You like showed him what life is supposed to be like, you know, and he cannot let go of that. It's like when you see, I can tell you these things from like soul family, and insights. It's like, when you hear divine feminine, you actually hear divine, you know. And when I see the strength card, it is definitely one of these attributes of being divine. It's like nearly teaching him what it is like to be divine. When I say divine, and I know that this is strong, it is literally like you are like a little incarnation of God on earth, you know, and you are his goddess. I'm gonna leave it at that. And you show him, you know, like what kind of tribe he belongs to. You're not just any kind of person. If you are my person, you're not any kind of person. You are a light being, you know, and you're the one that taught him all those things. And you know, this is like the energy of the future. So when I see expansion here in color, I told you before, it's like the difference, or what's going to be different about the relationship with you is that you are going to teach him. It's not finished yet. It's actually just the beginning. From now on, you will see, if you reconnect with your DMs in the future, and I think for some of us it's going to happen fast, you know, you will definitely see that you will be feeding him some more like infos as to, you know, what kind of light being or like human being he is, what kind of a tribe he belongs to, and you are the one who is going to give him like the knowledge, you know. Whatever knowledge that you have compacted, definitely you're going to teach a person who he really is, you know. And one thing I want to say, he might do the same for you. Maybe vice versa, you know, like him actually teaching you something. So, you know. So this energy, I mean, this reading is a little bit with some kind of free energy to it, and I am liking it, you know. So I hope that all of this made sense. It's definitely a soul journey that I am channeling or seeing here, and I feel like, you know, he's with joy here. That warmth, you know, that light is something that him first and you too, or you should too, definitely welcome into your life. It's a beautiful time for the moment, you know, and you should definitely be in sync with the energies around you, and I'm gonna leave it at that, you know. So forever cross the line. He knows, he's definitely aware. I told you also, and it's like this here is his current energy. I remember he's aware of every little thing that he has put you through. But it's nearly like, you know, if you cannot find a solution as to how you're going to forgive him, how could you ever forgive him, is what I'm channeling when I see forever. How do you expect him to actually find one? Like, what clues is he going to be having? Meaning your soul speaking to him, if you also do not know how he can come closer to you and for it to be okay between you guys again. How? I feel like somebody being stuck here, and not just being stuck in vain, but being stuck because he's really like facing a wall before him, is what I'm channeling. So let's see. I want to flip this a little bit. Patience. So, you know, I think that it is not just you, it's clear. Like, let's be clear, DFs have to display a lot more patience than DMs actually do. It's because you are the leader, and all this like there's like or this separation, that limbo type of time or mode between you guys is definitely a loss for you. But I feel like, you know, I'll clarify some more, but that you have been patient, but he has been patient too. As to, you know, if he's communicating with you, maybe he thought that slowly, you know, things would get better between you, but it didn't happen that way. or maybe patient is like in like, oh, okay, she's going to forgive me and she's going to recontact me again, but maybe that didn't happen either. It's a little bit like that's what I'm channeling. It's like really you not being like fully in his life or fully accepting of his program for the moment is something that's, you know, you may not see it, you know, but for him, he's also waiting for you, is what I'm seeing here. He's also waiting for you, and things are not just like happening or clicking. Door to personal healing and happiness. So I think, you know, again, I told you that's the way that he sees you. You know, he's divine feminine. It's all I can say. I don't have to say much more than that there. You are everything to him. You are like an incarnation of God here on earth, especially for your person. And I know that he's seeing that, you know. He's also like waiting for you to it's nearly like to help him, you know, manifest things together. It's like, I need your help to be able to bring this union back into our lives, you know. It's literally like, do you know what you want so that I can give it to you? But if you in your heart have the energy that you cannot forgive me, like never, that I would be the one that would have forever crossed the line, how do you expect me to find a way or a door to be able to be like happy with you again? That's what I'm channeling here. One last card. It's nearly the World. Yeah, okay. It's nearly like a question, you know, but when it's nearly like a question, did I forever cross the line? And the World, I know that this is a strong picture, but you remember like what the things that he had to deal with from his past, you know, it was definitely finding out like which path he wanted to go. You see the picture here, either like the positive or the negative side of life, you know. Let me tell you, like, you literally, you see with this door to personal healing and happiness, you hold the key for your person, and him too. But let's like put this in order. You hold the key to your person's future existence, like everything, the world, you know. The way that things are going to happen or clear out between you guys is definitely going to decide, you know, for him which path he's going to go. And let me tell you what I'm channeling. It's like, you know, if this thing here does not work with you, he's going to go even more into that negative energy. Like, you know, I try to straighten myself or to straighten my act because of her. If you push him away, he's just going to embrace the darkness like fully. He will never look back at this like positive side of life. And if things work out between you guys and you guys come into union, then he'll just like open his heart, you know, is what I'm channeling. You see that rainbow that we often see in the 10 of Cups? I see it right here, like inside. It's like if you welcome him back, he will be just that loving type of person. But if you in particular reject him, then he has no reason to fight anymore, and then he can be fully, just like he's karmic, you know, an agent of the darkness. Then that game is done. I hope that it makes sense to you as it does to me. Some more. You are good enough. It's more than that, let me tell you. But if you ever doubted that, you know, just remember the things that I just told you. It's like you are his reason. You're his reason for everything. Go past the stage of you being good enough. Please do not doubt yourself with this type of energy here. You don't even know how much like further, how much more like advanced you are than that there. It's not that you're not good enough. You are like a goddess, you know. Yeah, one more. You're a goddess to your person. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So that, you know, the way that I'm channeling this is definitely that, like, you know, sorry. If you want somebody to be able to come back to you, you're going to have to open up a door for them to be able to, you know, and it makes sense to me as I'm saying that to you. It's like, don't be just practical about this relationship with him, and don't be just spiritual about this relationship to your DM. Find a balance between both. He's still a man in the flesh, you know, so he needs a way, and he's still your DM, so you have to find a way. A little bit like that, you know. Sensitivity. One more. Variance, and another one. There is only light. I'm not going to clarify those cards, as to me the spirit telling me like to change the deck that I'm using, and I will choose this one here. And you see this yet again, I messed up. That was the first card. You were right. We know that, and the truth. I will stop it at here. You see that? Like, this is the deck that I'm supposed to use. He knows that he has messed up. Yet again, you know, cross the line. He knows that you were right, you know, about the things that he said. I told you earlier, the fact that he did not recognize you, like, for me, as she is my divine feminine, she's my person, you know. And the truth, you see this here? Hold on. Authentic truth, the truth. There's a lot of truth to what I'm telling you. If you are connecting with my energy, then let me tell you, if it speaks to you a little bit, just take as much of the message as you can, especially when it comes to the future, because you will see that there are truth there for you, and I'm gonna leave it at that, you know. So yeah. Better. He's willing to, I told you, like, that's how I'm feeling this tonight. It's like, you know, whatever you want, I'm willing to give it to you, because I cannot live without you. So if you expect me to be better, it's exactly what I am going to do. This card flipped. I wish that you could see this, you know. If you knew the type of person that I am, I would never try to play with cards. I'm trying just as much as you, like, to get the message. And I'm telling you, like, this is the card that flipped. There's another one here, for instance, that's, you know, pain. I was wrong. But that's the one that flipped first, and then I got those that one. So, you know, let me tell you, it's about the future, this pain, and I was wrong. It's like he does not want to be left with this energy here to carry for the rest of his life, you know. And better, the reason why is because he wants to go home with you. Yeah, one last card from this deck here. Anything just to be with you. That's today's reading, you know. Healer of the ages, that would be you when it comes to him, you know. And one last card. First chakra, Archangel Michael. So that there is, like, you know, it's just like the basic needs, basically. It's like, if you are alive, if you are breathing, I believe, you know, that your first chakra is being activated. That's like the lowest you can start from. So I told you before too, that you, like, being somewhat of a teacher or showing him what kind of a soul tribe he belongs to is something that's going to be of the future, you know. When I see first chakra here, I'm feeling like, yeah, your person has just started. It's like he's opening up a door to his spirituality, but at the end of the day, he's annulling at that, you know. It's definitely what I'm channeling. And another way is like, you know, it's funny. It's literally like if you're alive, your first chakra is activated. It's nearly like he couldn't even feel that, you know. That's how I'm feeling. This is nearly like you gave him a reason to tune into like the rawest part of him to be able to ascend from that, And let me tell you something, what's next is the second chakra, and that there is for you too. And if you're resonating with my energy, then you can feel that too. It's like I've grown spiritually, but now I want to actually extend my sexual spiritual journey, and I'm gonna leave it at that, but that's a little bit of the energies that we are getting for today, and I will try to meditate some more on that as to his first chakra. But I think that you couldn't have activated that, but you're definitely making him aware of that, and he's like starting, and you too. You may have like others, activated, but even you have to go back to your like first chakra. And the logical, next step is going to be your second chakra together. And that there is going to be like a something to enjoy, I believe. So let's finish this reading. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. He's doing that for the moment. Whether you can see it or not, he's bettering himself for the moment. You should try to do the same thing. And with healers of the ages here, you might hold the keys, to what your person is going to be like, or like the decision, you making it. The last say so, you have it. The last word is on you, But you should also like find a way to open up yourself for your partner to be able to actually come back into your lives. If you're too like guarded or something, if you don't have the solution or like a door to a solution, how do you expect him to find it, And that's what I keep getting also today. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. This here is a little bit specific, It's for those of us who actually feel something, but who like also have that little bit of ego for the moment, to the fact that they don't want to show it to their DMs. If you are in contact with him, if you feel something for him, and that goes for certain people, you should tell him. Don't expect just for him to tell you. You should also express your love, is what I'm feeling. My last card. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I've had that card in my last reading also. I'm telling you, this like a particular type of lion's gate this year, because it has like a little bit more power to it. It's definitely all geared towards love, So you have your chance here. You should ask your soul. I will put the link to the little video, and you should research more about this event or this like time of the year. I'm feeling that energy. I definitely feel like that, like I'm gonna be eyeing like a lion in Zion. So that, people, I hope that you enjoyed my reading. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you did. Yeah, take care of yourself, stay healthy. I shall see you soon. Bye bye.